Beware Maria. Maria talks about life, talks about people, talks about literature, about music, about art, about earth, about a lot of things that have relation between them or no relation at all. Maria likes talking, so she found a place to do it. I hope you are well today. Beware. We are here today with Maria Jose Estivariz from Spain. Hello, Maria Jose.
Hello, how are you doing? I'm pleased to be here.
And I'm very happy because I have listened to her CD, which is called Missing Person. And I see the cover of Missing Person, and it's obviously there is a missing person there because all I see is bass guitars over a kind of something. But this picture is really interesting. Who did that?
Well, this is very interesting as well. I did this cover design with Vinnie Corber, who is as a photographer and a designer and a musician as well, producer. And we sat together and I had this crazy idea about doing this record. And I told him this idea. I want to do like each song, 12 songs. All the 12 songs have to be had to explain somehow with the looking at it, the content of the lyrics, because what I did was I played everything with bass, but the tribute I did it was from a singer. She's a singer, and since I play bass, it was very difficult to. It's impossible to transmit that. So I was thinking to transmit that through the cover of the album. So each bass it means exactly what the song wants to say in the lyrics. So
and what does the song want to say in the lyrics?
Exactly. So, for example, I don't know, you see the angel in the house. So that bass is the one who is flying all over the sky.
Oh,
that is because it's related to that. Or when 2 and 2 are 5, that is related to somebody who's depressed and is drunk and doesn't want to get up from bed.
Which one is that?
That one is the one which is lying down with everything is over the floor, and you have a beer on the left.
I see on the left side there is a bass
yes. Yes, so it's somebody who's drunk and doesn't want to move, and that's one of my basses. So each one of them has something. Another one, for example, Secrets and Lies, is just it has like I say a napkin on the neck. On the fingerboard. That is when you have to imagine a table where everybody's lying, but they are eating. It's a family things, and everybody has a secret, but everybody's lying at the same time. That is about that. Or, for example, West Point. West Point is the one who is just pointing on the west. On the right, there's one bass which is the fallit on the left.
Yeah.
Can you see it? So it's just everyone is
it's like curved looking to the left side. Yeah. So every bass is telling a story.
It's telling a story, and not only that, I wrote a story because in the album, inside the album, I wrote a dialogue. All the basses are talking to themselves, among themselves. They are telling their story somehow in their craziness, because everybody is different. So they manage to talk. Or one thing that very few people notice, I am on the cover. You can see
I am the cover.
I am the cover in the bass that is Missing Person, because the album is called Missing Person Afternoon.
Yeah.
And I am in one of the basses, and the bass where I am at is the one on the right. Is on the fingerboard. It's my face over there.
God. You have to be so like looking so carefully. Yeah.
Yes, because this record is about everything about detail. So everything is to the T. Musically and design wise, everything is to the T. Very,
Okay.
very, you know.
Yeah, this is super, super original. Maria Jose, I've been knowing Maria Jose for years. And how would you describe what you do? You're more a musician, you teach more, you more a composer, you more, how?
Well, I think I'm a hybrid of a lot of things together. I am a teacher, I am a musician, I am a player. I love to play. I like to compose. I am writing things right now. I write children's books as well. This lately I've been writing too, and I'm about to publish a children's book for the very first time.
Ah,
So yeah, and so I am a compendium of different things. So I don't define myself like one or the other. I think it's all combined together. I don't want to be, in a framework where you just like you're in a box where you cannot, come out of that box. I like to be, I am a free spirit that, I have curiosity for many things. So I am and try to do what I want if I can.
yeah. Talking about free spirit, I also know that you have been living in the States for quite a number of years.
Yes, about around 10 years or so. The first time I went like 20 years ago, and I was there for 5 years, and I came back to Spain. And then the second row, I went on the 2015. I was there, yeah, and then I came back to Spain this last year due to the pandemic. It was a long story. These last 4 years.
You came because of the pandemic. Would you have stayed if it wasn't for the COVID, or
No,
you
no,
were?
I wanted to come back. I was, yeah, I wanted to come back, but yeah, the thing is that, well, just for due to family issues, I had to come, and then I couldn't return to pick up my things, and I had only 3 months left before coming back to Spain, and I couldn't come back since then. So finally, I think I want to get my things back in a pallet in around September.
But so you're in Spain with one suitcase.
Yes, I came just very quickly, and then when I went to the airport to pick up the flight, they said, "Oh no, you don't have the green card. You don't have the because I have an artist visa, which meant it's the same as a tourist visa. I couldn't get the flight, so I had to come back home and well, come back to stay in Spain. And in the meantime, I was thinking, well, maybe I can go next month, maybe the following month, and so on till 1 year passed by. So I decided to well, just not go and then have my things sending back to Spain, because I don't have anything to do over there anymore, just for the moment. I had the 3 minutes left because I was finishing my record, this album, and I was about to finish it. I had only 3 months left, and everything was well, everything was on time, but everything was cut off since I couldn't come back. So I finished the record online, just with my producer. So we were doing Zoom sessions as well, and I think will work well. So so that's why I ended up.
I would love that people get an idea of how the music is, and the very interesting fact that you're playing everything with the bass. Before we continue talking about it, because we're not totally sure if we have the rights to play the whole track, we're just going to play a few seconds from the track number 8, and then we will let you know where you can find this, because you can get it under Joyes in Spotify. So this is from Missing Person Afternoon. Playing everything with bass. Why?
Well, because I am a bass player, and this is
that's a good reason. Yeah, I wanted to do it all on my own, yes. The orchestra woman.
And one of the things I am in love with is bass. So I have only 5 basses. There are not many, but but I love to play bass, and I was thinking this idea came out when I went to see this singer to London years ago. I had an invitation for my birthday to go to see her, and I was seduced by her singing and the way she performed the songs. I was thinking back then, what about if I play? If I take just a bunch of her songs and I just play everything with the bass? And that is really, really difficult, because you have to think that the bass is only one frequency. So what that means, when you are listening to any kind of record, you have the drums they are in a frequency, you have the bass in another different frequency, the guitar in a different frequency, and the violin or any instrument in different frequencies. But you have the spectrum with in the all the tracks are balanced. You do the mix and whatever, but if you play everything with the same instrument, you have to manage to embroider it up along the spectrum. Otherwise, you cannot have a definite sound for it. Everything will be like that. It's with the bass.
So how that was resolved?
So it was kind of difficult. I didn't know how to do it first, but I was playing. Well, I tried different things. The first thing was just the playing above. For example, if I want to play the guitar part, I was playing up in the highest part of the neck, for example, if I wanted to, because I had to play drums, of course you cannot play drums with the bass, but I made it up sounds, like for example the crashes or the hi-hat. I was doing just sliding the pick through the string or things like that. So playing in different parts of the neck. That's one thing that I did. Another thing, I used capo. I changed the tune of the strings. I use gloves to mute the sound. I use plugins as well. I use Pro Tools to record everything, and you have some plugins that change the sound. That was a bit tricky, because sometimes it creates clicks because everything is with the same frequency. So that was a bit difficult to do, but finally I got it, and I got this experience just doing that. Or I used as well rubber bands as well to for different sounds.
Rubber bands.
Rubber bands, yes, rubber bands, capo, globes. What else? Picks, to change the sound using the same instrument. What else? I use more things.
Did you modify it electronically or
electronically? Just was directly to my sound module. Mm-hmm. I used as well EVO. The EVO is just something that many guitarists and bass players used it sounds like a violin. Because it amplifies the sound. It's a magnet that amplifies the sound of the string. And you can manage to sound it like a violin if you want, right? So I use that in the last song, in a couple of songs, in Time, which is the last song of the album. And as well, those are the things. The tricky part was just to mix it to make it sound like a song, because to create a space and atmosphere of a sound, that was pretty tricky, because nobody has done anything like that before. It's very difficult to do. I don't know if you can get an idea, but
well, I can get it because I hear the album, but it is interesting to hear about how you process, and especially how you got the idea of doing that and decide, yes, this is gonna work, and I'm gonna do it on my own. And
yes,
is there an influence on the fact that managing a band is complicated, or that playing with people when you're living in a big city and meeting to rehearse is complicated? So you say, sorry, I'm gonna do it on my own, or is it more because of the passion of altogether, passion for playing the bass? Or
well,
yes?
Yeah, it was more the second thing. I wanted to do it by myself. I was more the passion of doing it by just playing everything with bass. And the playing with people in a big city, as it has its difficulties as well, but it was nothing to do with that. It was just a separate thing, something I wanted to do by my own for a long time, and I put it in practice when I saw that it was like. I had this visa artist, and the project didn't go through. So I had plenty of time to think about it. Well, if this is not happening, I am going to spend my time at least doing that. I was playing with other people, but I kept working on this because it's 12 songs, and I have to transcribe from every single song all the parts of that, or all the instruments of that song. It's not only transcribe your instrument, but the drums, the bass, the violin, the guitar, the choruses, because there's a singer, the melody, the solos, there were a lot of things in one song. So.
And let me play a few seconds from the track number 7. Number 7 is Little Bird. Little Bird. And now we're going to give a little bit of West Point. And this was a taster of West Point from actually M. Yoyes. I'm saying Maria Jose, but if you want to look for her in Spotify, you have to go for M. Yoyes. Can you tell us about the name? How do you pronounce it? Maybe you pronounce it differently.
M. Joyce. M. Joyce. That's a long story. You can't want me to explain it.
How long?
Yeah, M. Joyce is a funny story. Well, the thing is that the first time I went to the States or England, I live in London as well. Nobody knew how to pronounce my name. English people, people who speak English, they like short names for everything, so they cut everything. So my name is Maria Jose, which is such a long name for any English speaker. So I started
Maria
to
Jose,
say, well,
actually, that I know that many people, it doesn't get in their heads because it translates as Mary Joseph.
Well, that would be good, but they didn't. Well, my experience was that they didn't get that. So I started to say, well, why don't you call me MJ, which is MJ in Spanish,
MJ.
right? So call me MJ.
Hi, MJ.
And
Yeah.
everybody started to call me MJ. Okay, then I'm MJ. I was happy with that, MJ. So then my last name is Estivarit, ES, right? So I thought, well, I have to find a name that says my name, and so MJ S. So I have to put in the middle something. So Joy, which is, some people in Spanish they call it Marijo as well. They call me so Mary Jo. So I thought, well, let's add a Y. So then we have Joy, which is something.
Mary Joy.
Yes. So I was happy. So I came out with M. Joyce. So that was the story of my
very
name.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where can people go and listen to your music?
They can listen to the music in Spotify, and they can buy through Amazon in the US, and they have they can download it as well digitally. They can download the songs, and my website, they can have a look at what is there. Not only that, but I recorded as well with other people, and you have there some samples of other music.
And can you give us your website too?
Yes, my website is www.mjoyce.com.
Wonderful, wonderful, glorious. I'm so happy to be in Savannah here with you. And what else? I think, how has been the reception of the disc? And once you launch it, what are the places that it has gone? What is the feedback, and also what has been the barriers or the difficulties that you find in? How is the market for this?
Well, the marketing was for me. It was like a big. I was very happy when I sent it to her, to Jonatha Brooke, which is the single I was the tribute of this album. I sent it to her, and she said it was that she liked it a lot, that she enjoyed, that she thought it was very good. So I was very happy with that. So after that, I didn't mind what the other people said, but I had two other reviews who were very important. One was Vinnie Corba, was the one who did the cover of the album, as well as the back. He did the design. So he said I was I like the comment that he did. So he said I was one of the most original cover albums that he did. And another one was as well very important, was Ernest Tips, who was one of my teachers, a great bass player, who played with very important people, Simon Phillips and other very famous guys. And he said it was very groovy and he liked it a lot. And it was just, he was saying that it was really nice, a good job. So after that, all those three feedbacks, I didn't mind what others could think, but most of the people say that they like it. They like it. So I was happy with that.
Maria Jose, how many different countries have you lived in?
I lived in Spain. I live in England, and I live in England. I lived in London, and in the States, I live in Los Angeles. Three places.
Having made music in all three countries, which one has been for you more interesting or more impactful or made you grow more as a musician, if there is one?
I would say London and Los Angeles. London was my first one, and I had a lot of experiences, and I played with a lot of different bands, especially Latin jazz bands, and I was in the Latin scene back then. And in Los Angeles as well, I met a lot of interesting people, of kinds of famous people, musicians. And Spain, I think is now different. And when I was here the first time, when I was moved to London, I couldn't find the musical scene that maybe you have more now. I couldn't study what I wanted musically wise. When I moved to London, I couldn't find what I wanted. There was no bass. You couldn't study bass anywhere.
What do you think about the bassist jokes? Because there are many.
I laugh a lot with all the bassist jokes. My favorite is one. Would you know one that starts a conversation?
No.
In the bass solo.
Oh, dear.
That's my favorite one. But yeah, I love all the.
I asked in my Facebook that I've been bombarded with bassist jokes, and I know quite a few bassists that are all the time posting about bassists. Why bassist? Yeah. I mean, come on. We have a bassist that does the entire orchestra. She's doing everything. And what's next? What's your next project?
Well, I have a project in mind that I started to do, but then I will continue doing it in September. So it's about composing. It's completely different from the one that I did right now. It's just with normal instruments, and I want to compose. Why I'm composing the music for a book that of an author that I like a lot. It's called Samuel Beckett, a Nobel Prize writer, and I want to do the music for one of his books. That's what I am doing.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What about these days? Any plans for the summer?
Yes, I am going to Nice in the middle of August. I like to practice Ashtanga yoga, so I'm gonna do a full immersion of Ashtanga in Nice with a guy that I met in Crete many years ago. So I am gonna there
So
to go there,
international.
relax and just to do nothing,
Well,
basically.
Ashtanga yoga is not nothing. I hope
Well,
no.
Ashtanga yoga, but it's
It's
just for a
nothing.
couple of hours, and then you have free time, and it's just something. Just you get fit. You just it's like a meditation in movement through your breath. So I love to do that. So that's
So
one.
good, so good, so good, so good. I'm so
Yeah.
envious of you. Anyway, I think we're coming to the end of our program for today. Thank you so much for coming here. And
You're very welcome.
anytime, maybe another day we can talk about yoga.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah.
I will be very
I
happy to
would
talk
love
about
to.
yoga another day and the different types of yoga. So
Yeah, that would be great.
have a good evening, night,
Thank you so
morning,
much for
whatever
having
time people is going to be listening this. Um,
Yeah, you too. And I'm glad to be here and that you're having me, and good luck with this station. I think it's very promising, and I hope that many people listen to it.
let's hope for the best. And you
Yeah.
have a good day and have a good week, and I see you next week. Bye.
See. Bye bye.
I couldn't resist to play some offcuts from this show. Maybe I should play more offcuts from others. We are here today with Maria Jose Estivariz from Spain, from oh dear, I have to start again. from Vitoria.
No
¿Qué
sabes
digo?
de dónde soy, ¿no?
Claro, es que me he quedado paralizada y yo, ¿de dónde coño digo que eres? Ok, me he quedado parada. Tengo que cortar esto. Have a good
Okay.
evening.